Hi guys, Joe Queen here. So today I'm doing another Queen's review for you guys, and today I thought I'd talk about one of my recent dramas that I've been watching. I've been currently watching this amazing Japanese drama called Dele. For me, it kind of stands for delete. You'll understand it more after I talk about it to you guys. The main reason why I wanted to talk to you guys about this amazing drama that I've been watching is because one of my favorite actors, a lot of you guys, or some of you guys might not know, but I am a big fan of one of the characters in this drama, and I will tell you guys a little bit later. But I thought it'd be a great way to first talk about a drama to you guys. So I'm going to be talking about Dele. Basically a little review. To me, a easy way to understand the first episode of this drama is it's kind of like a problem. Basically, it could be like a problem in math, science, biology, basically any problem that you guys face, like that you see in school, basically. So I understand it more to be like how, for example, a math problem. It's like the teacher gives you a math problem to solve in class, so you solve it. You think that you're understanding how to do it, you think you got the answer and everything, and you have the teacher check it for you guys. So basically it's kind of like, well, she checks it and says that you have the right idea, but you went too far. Basically, that's a little hint to you guys about how this whole entire first episode is a little bit. It's not based on a math problem. That's just how I'm exampling it for you guys. Basically, that's just how I think of it as being it. So let's dig in. I've watched the first episode of this drama a couple times, and I'm like, it's good. It came out on July 27th, am I correct? Yep, 27th of this year. It is a 60-minute period episode each. Currently, there are 5 episodes that have been released, and the 5th episode was released last week, or somewhat this week. I'm not sure when it was released, because they've been going pretty slow on when they upload the episodes, but I'm excited to find out more, and it's a great drama. I recommend you guys go check it out after this, so don't hesitate. So the first character that we have is Keiji Sakagami. So he is played by Takayuki Yamada. I'll show a picture for you guys, as you know. So basically, he's a freelancer programmer, and he has this company called Dele Life. It'll show more information on the first episode and everything about when I talk about it later. But basically, Dele Life is a company where he and his sister, which I'll mention who she is in a little bit. But basically, the drama for him is that he has this company called Dele Life, and it starts off where he gets files from clients that his sister gives, that they come into being a lawyer. So basically, he gets the file of whoever recently died after a day, or basically after they die, you don't hear anything, or they're not using their email or anything like so recently. But basically, he deletes files of clients who are dead. I'll get into more information about that later. The company is based on a partnership with his late father, who's basically the sister is now the ownership of the company. So the sister has full rights over his company, basically. But I'll get into more information about that after. There's also more information about him. He is in a wheelchair due to a illness, and they don't know how it happened. So basically, he's in a wheelchair because of it. The next character we're going to get into is one of my favorite actors, like I said earlier. His name I will get to in a minute. So the character he plays is Yutaro Mashiba. Oh my god, Yutaro Mashiba. I love his character so much. He's played by Masaki Suda. I absolutely love his acting. He's amazing, and I feel like he fits the character so well. His attitude and everything is just great. So, let's see. His character is also a freelancer, but he's more of a jack-off. Basically, that's what they call him, more of a jack-off, basically. But he helps Katie's sister, who is the lawyer who actually I'll get into the first episode about it. I'll talk a little bit. So so basically she's a lawyer that bails him out of a trial that happened. I'm not going to reveal it just yet because it's in the first episode and I don't want to spoil it for you guys. So basically he starts to work with his the sister's brother Keiji and help solve cases that happen with clients, and sometimes it's not based on just deleting it. Sometimes there's like a misunderstanding or a thing that happens. So basically it's like that. He does have a little bit of a background, but they don't reveal exactly, but he doesn't like talking about his personal life, basically, because of an incident that apparently happened, but we haven't really found out exactly what it is yet, so basically he's the one that goes out and does the task, because Keiji, who's in a wheelchair, can't really do that, but he can sometimes help out with it. But basically Yutaro is the one that is doing the whole entire case and figuring it out, so you'll understand more later. And now we get to the sister, who is called Mai Sakagami, played by Kumiko Aso, I believe. So basically she's the older sister of Keiji. Like I said earlier, she's a lawyer. She's taking on the trial of Yutaro's case that recently happened in episode 1, and she is a contract lawyer that took over their father's company. So she's basically the one that gives the financial support of Dele life. So she's the one that kind of runs everything, and she's more of a supervisor, I guess you could say. Not much as a manager, but more of a supervisor. So we're going to get into episode 1. So basically episode 1 starts off with how lawyer Sakagami Mai finds out about Yutaro's case. Basically before she finds out, the whole entire case that goes down is that they think Yutaro actually, I guess you could say, kidnapped or something? I guess you could say kidnapped a 6-year-old kid, but basically that doesn't happen. It was because the mother, I guess, wanted the best for the child, and because of an incident that happens between the family. It's because the father apparently abused the child, so mainly that's the reason why she didn't go to the police, because they thought that they wouldn't believe her, and so she went to Yutaro for help. So it was kind of in order to save the husband and the child, basically. So that's how it kind of goes into court, basically. And so Maya finds out about the case and bails him out. So basically after that, she introduces him to the company D-Life. So that's where it all starts off. And basically it goes into the case, the first case. They do really get one case, but Keiji deletes it basically because of, apparently I think he was a movie director that died. So it goes from there, and then they get another case. Normally it's not really, I guess you could say they don't get it often, because apparently they only get one case, but it's very rare to get 2 cases a day. So they got 2 cases, not 4, but 2. So basically the client that says that, oh, he died, is called Yosuke Haruo. So he's a gossip writer, but I guess you could say he's a reporter kind of style. He writes articles about recent news or whatever. So apparently they say that he decided to commit suicide, but you'll later find out more about the whole entire incident and everything later. So Keiji's computer is able to connect to devices of clients that have died, or through the company, as in they get the file and everything saying that they died. So he gets the files and he's able to get into devices of those clients and delete files that they wanted him to delete. So basically it goes to that. So then we go to Yutaro, who goes to the place where apparently Yasuoka thought that he would be. So he went to where the family lived, and apparently the father left a few months ago and lives on his own. But basically Yutaro's character, he plays as someone who's undercover, doesn't reveal who he works for. Basically he pretends like, oh, he knows the person basically from whoever the person is. So he plays as a person that works under the company and as a apprentice. Yes, an apprentice kind of style. So apparently later we meet Shun, who is the kid of Yasuoka. So he does karate. His father is well known to say to him that he's known as the Karate Kid, which we'll find out more information about it later, about how it leads up to the incidents and everything. Basically, Shun wants to become a reporter like his father because he believes that he's a great reporter, and he says to Yutaro that he is working on a amazing article and will be back after he finishes it. So basically it also leads up to Yutaro and Shun meeting each other, and also mentioning that his birthday is next week, aka it's on April 14th. So then we go there and they kind of meet up, and the mother tells him to leave and gives him information to where the father is currently living. So Yutaro goes over to the place where the father is living and finds out that he committed suicide, but he thinks that it wasn't suicide but murder. So then he heads back to Delete Life, and before we go to that, there's also an important part. He also tells Yutaro that his father made a promise with Shun that he gave him I guess you could say 6 important things of a reporter needs, I guess, for whatever it is. So we go back to the company, and he basically tells Keiji that it wasn't a murder. It wasn't a suicide, but a murder. And Keiji kind of doesn't believe it, and he thinks that, oh, no, it was suicide, pretty much, and he wants to delete it. But he tells him no, he wants to look at the files of the client. So he does eventually let Yutaro go through, and he has what is called a emulator, I believe. Emulator. So basically an emulator is a device that is more like a smartphone kind of. You have your device basically, and it's able to connect into the emulator, so it can show up with the file and everything and show the device stuff that's on there. So basically it's whatever private stuff is on there. So then they find a app, which is the calendar app, which is more known as a schedule app. So he finds that, and they see that he has been recently meeting with a person from the Jonan police precinct. I guess you could say precinct. Her name is Katayama Kaoru. Basically, she's also one of the main people in this episode that leads up to the ending. So, it basically goes into Yutaro going to where Katayama lives, and then he's on the phone with Yutaro, but before he's on the phone with Keiji, he rings the bell and he hears a man's voice, thinking that is Katayama Kaoru, but really it's not. It's actually someone else, but he doesn't believe it. So as he's on the phone with Keiji, he tells him that he should get out and get away. But before he can, Yutaro is attacked, but he escapes, guys. He escapes. So later he goes back, and it's because Keiji found files of voice recordings of an interview that Yasuoka did with Katayama-san. So basically it goes to that. Then then he tells Yutaro that Katayama-san is most likely being targeted by whoever just attacked him. Later on, we find out that the guy's name is actually called Makino, and there's actually 3 other guys with him, but I will talk about that a little bit later. So basically, those guys are more called as a slush fund, I guess you could say. I don't know how you would pronounce it very well, but basically, it's taking money out of accounts as well as police accounts, and it's been going on for it's been a national-wide issue with the police. So basically, and the Jonan station was also involved with it. That's why it leads up to Katayama-san being one of the targets as well, because she found out information about it that she wasn't. Basically, it goes back to what I was talking about beginning of it, like how I said it's like a math problem where you're digging in too deep and you need to take a step back. Basically, it's kind of like you're digging too deep into something that you shouldn't be. So, after that, they go and they find out that Katayama-san is staying at a hotel named the Hikari Gaoka. Yes, Hikari Gaoka. And those 4 guys find out that Katayama-san is staying there because of her debit card, I guess you would say, credit card, debit card, because it has information to where it is, so they lead up to being at the hotel. So, at the same exact time, Keiji and Yutaro are also there, but they're in the car looking. Keiji takes pictures of the guys and sends it to Katayama-san. Katayama-san believes that it is none other than Yashuoka, because Keiji is using his email, which they figure out the whole entire email password was actually Karate Kid, which is a nickname that he would call his son Shun, because he does karate. I decided to skip that because it's somewhat not that important with the whole entire plot, but it's a little bit, but that's why I left it out a little bit. But basically, it goes to that, and they warn her, and luckily, Katayama-san gets out safely because she goes through the back and not the front, because there were 2 guys waiting outside. And I think they were from the 2 assistant chiefs of the Jonan police. I'll show you guys a picture later when I talk a little bit more about it. So, after warning them, they notice that after talking with Katayama-san at a cafe, I guess you could say, a cafe, they notice that she doesn't have the information that they were looking for. The information has been at the company the whole entire time, and so they have to go in and get the actual information from the company, because Katayama-san believes that she wants to quit doing writing because of how deep she's gotten. She thinks that she's going to get killed. So, it goes to that, and basically they tell her no, that she should do this, and she's already gotten this far into it, and so they help her. That's why they're going to the company to get the file. So, eventually Yutaro is the one that goes into the company, and he has a screwdriver, but the screwdriver doesn't fit into the screw, so he has to find a new one to get the file that he needs. Basically, it's like a tiny screwdriver. So then the 4 guys come into his company, and one of the guys tell him that someone has entered but has not left. That was when they were about to leave the room that Yutaro was hiding in. But then Akino tells Yutaro to get out and show himself. So Yutaro does eventually show himself, and he makes a escape run out of the window, and he has to actually jump from one side to the other building, because Keiji says so. He's like, you can escape, but you have to jump to another building. So he does eventually do that. He makes it, and he is able to escape. So Keiji is waiting, and he hears that Makino is going to go to the car and make sure that they don't get there before they leave. So Keiji stops him, and basically he's saying that it's kind of like an apology to him because he's in a wheelchair and he's apparently trying to stop him. But eventually he makes a scene and Makino leaves, and it gives him time for Yutaro to actually get the car and escape. And they do escape safely, which is a great thing. And so later on, Katayama-san releases the whole entire article, and the people that were in there are Koike, who was arrested. They didn't release that much information on exactly who he was, but they only say that he got arrested. And then there was also the two Jonan chiefs, which I could show up in the picture. And so after he tells Keiichi to give him an advance, and he goes meet Shun at a nearby park, and he gives him a present because his father said that he would give Shun a present, and so he gives him a pair of binoculars, one thing that a reporter needs. So, and later on, Keiichi also looked into more information about Yutaro, and he finds out more information about Yutaro, and they don't really release the information about exactly what it was, but they know that it's like the information about him and his personal matters, I guess you could say. But basically that is how episode 1 ends, and yes, it's great. So basically it's kind of around like based on who the murder is and how deep you're digging into it. In Japanese they call a murder a satsujin, so it's pretty interesting. So I hope you guys will check it out. And this show is actually based on a novel called Dele by Takayoshi Honda. Honda kind of reminds me of Honda, but it's Honda, I believe. So I hope you guys will go and check this drama out because it is amazing. Apparently, there's only 5 episodes right now. I think episode 6 is going to be released soon. I hope so because I want to watch it more. But it's good. I do recommend you guys go check it out if you guys like any of my recent stuff. I hope you guys like this review, and I hope you guys will go and check it out because it is a great drama, and I hope you guys will check out this Jdrama. And if there are any other dramas that you guys want me to review of the first episodes, or whether it be a movie, I'll review it for you guys. I hope you guys like this video, and yes, it is a great drama. I love it so much. I love it. But I do hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys next time.